What's going on, YouTube? So back again with another trade breakdown for this week. So this week, well, today is Sunday, the 20th October. This week was actually alright, it wasn't too bad. Got 3 setups for this week, 2 being a winner, 1 being a loser. Without any further delays, let's get into the charts. Let me break it down for you. So coming off on Tuesday, Monday, there was nothing really that I seen on Monday, so I said, okay, cool, that's fine, no problem. Tuesday we came in, and the first thing we could see is that we are constantly making lower lows and lower highs, so indicating a downward pressure, a seller's market. What we are looking for is liquidity grab. Once we get that liquidity grab, then we are looking for our specific entry strategy signal. Once we get that entry signal, then we are looking to then continue the move back down, which is what we got exactly here. So let me just outline that again. 1, direction. 2, liquidity. 3, entry. These are the 3 most important things that you need, or should I say the 3 most important things that I need, since it's me trading and not you. These are the 3 things that I need to see on the charts before I even think about, taking a trade or anything like that. It's very important for me to make sure I see a liquid grab, because I don't want to end up being the one that's liquidated. I don't want to end up being liquidity, even though yes, sometimes there will come a time where I will end up on the wrong side of the market. Yes, I know that. I've accepted that, and that's okay. But yeah, let's get into the first trade though. Direction, bearish, liquidity right here. Now, after taking our liquidity, we ended up in this engulfing right there on the 30 minutes. Bam, took it and pushing back down. Now, you may be thinking, well, why is my take profit here? Simple. My take profit is there due to extensions, fib extension. That's where I have my fib extension actually. So that's my fib extension. I'm pretty sure that's minus 27. So if you want to put that on your fib, you could do that as well, minus 27%. Throughout the day, we went down quite nicely. Now, trade management, as soon as we got down to these lows, now I'm having to look at the charts, to see exactly what's happening, because there could, it could potentially just bounce off, since there is also, stop losses that are underneath here. We could stop them out and then bounce off and then come and stop these people out, which includes me. So I have to make sure I come in the market when we reach a certain type of low or high, depending on what side I'm on in the market. So once we reached down to these lows, I came on the market again to check it again, make sure that everything was good, until about 8 o'clock. Now, I don't trade past 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. That is London time. I don't trade past that. So if I see any type of reversal happening within that time frame, that would really cause me to either take profit or take partials or whatever it may be. But nothing happened at 8 o'clock. Nothing happened before then. It was just a little pullback. So I said, nothing to worry about. So we ended up coming into the market again the very next day, which was Wednesday. And we can see that we are continuing the same move. So what are we looking for? Well, we're looking for this to be taken out. Once that gets taken out, which liquidity, there is stop losses above this. So without getting into too much details, yes, there is stop losses above this, but I don't want to get into too much details. So we want this previous lower high here to be taken out. Once that gets taken out, we're looking for our entry signal, which we ended up getting here, and once again follow the fib extensions minus 27. That was our second trade. This week it was so easy, like everything was just lining up so easy. It was crazy, which it don't, it's not normally this easy every week. Some weeks is very challenging, but this week was pretty much straightforward. We come on Thursday, we come on the market. Once again, we can see that we are making lower lows. I come on the market around 6 a.m. So I'm waiting for that lower high there to be taken out, which we highlighted there. Once it gets taken out, I'm specifically waiting for an entry. However, there was news on this day as well, which is what you can see here. So we didn't get our entry signal fully to be completed because news came and just completely took back down. But our bias on this day was bearish, as you can see as well. That's what ended up happening. Price ended up going back down after the liquidity grab, but we just didn't get the complete entry signal, which is okay. But this would have been our third setups. Now I have a rule of maximum 3 setups per week. Now that is a setup is different from an entry. Setups max is 3. Entry I can enter, however, I can enter maybe twice in one trade, but I only enter once anyways. So that's what I was looking for here, but we just never got the entry, and so price ended up leaving without us. But pretty much we was looking for this, come here and then go back down. Friday comes and I'm thinking to myself, okay, we have a max of 3 setups, right? And we haven't taken a loss yet. But due to my back testing, I expect to turn into liquidity at least once a week, meaning that I expect to take a loss at least once a week. It hasn't happened yet. So I'm thinking, okay, what are the probabilities of that loss coming? Well, it's quite high. Through backtesting, out of 3 setups, there will be at least 1 loss. At least 1 loss. No questions asked. And it hasn't happened yet. So I'm thinking, okay, this next setup is most likely going to be a loss, but let's follow our strategy and let's take it anyways. If it's going to be a loss, that's fine. I've got 2 winners anyways. But if it turns out to be a win, that's okay. But there's a higher chance of it being a loss. So we end up waiting on Friday. Friday, once again, we're making lower lows and lower highs. Liquidity, we take out liquidity, we find entry, and we get on into the trade looking for price to go back down and hit our fib minus 27 extension. Price ended up bouncing off a little bit and eventually breaking back to the upside, making it a loser, which was, somewhat anticipated. So it didn't really hurt me too much. But other than that, pretty straightforward week, pretty bearish week, I should say as well. Lower lows, lower highs, continuing back down. We haven't yet broken these lower highs right there. Let's say if price right here, we haven't yet broken this. So at the moment, we are still bearish. We haven't yet broken that lower high mark there. So still bearish for the moment. We'll see what happens on Monday, or we'll see what happens on Sunday. Sunday market opens. So we'll see what happens. And hopefully I can record next week as well and put it out for you guys. But yeah, the moral of the story, literally keep it simple. Trading should be simple. I don't use no indicator or anything like that. I used to, but I don't really use that other than the fib. That's pretty much it. But yeah, who's that? Other than that, I will try to record next week. Hopefully everything is good next week. If you guys have anything else that you want me to explain or break down for you, or that you're not too sure about, of course let me know. If I can break it down and make it easy for you, then I will. By no means am I saying that I'm the best trader out there. I'm still learning, to be honest. I think trading is a continuous learning thing where you have to continuously sharpen your edge, continuously learn, continuously, you can't just learn one thing in trading and expect it to work for the rest of your life. The market changes as well. So the same thing with, I would say going to the gym. You can't just go to the gym once and expect to be in the best shape of your life. You can't. You can't just eat once in your whole lifetime and expect to stay alive. You can't. You can't just go to work once and expect to get paid for the rest of your life. You can't. Everything about life is repetition. You have to continue doing it. You have to continue doing it. So that's the same thing with me. I tried my best to continuously backtest, continuously, sharpen my edge in the market and see if, all right, cool, things are changing, or now things are not changing, and things are staying the same. Other than that, this is this week's breakdown, and I'll see you guys in next week's breakdown. Peace.